just sound everything's going on.
Are we all good?
Yeah, everything's up now.
Alright then. Hello and welcome to Gavra Racing's F1 Premiere Series. I am Cypher Knight 77.
I am IRL Neon.
And we're here to bring you more live coverage of these F1 drivers as they go around China today.
China is a very tough track to handle, especially in Sector 3. You can lose a lot of time on the big fast right, as currently right now Fire Tornado is on a lap right now.
Right. So once again we'll see nearly a packed grid, I believe, here today for the entirety of the race.
Yeah, very packed grid, as unfortunately one of the drivers, Ryan, has been disqualified for blocking the pit lane apparently, as Tornado is lagging a little bit. And making a few lockups here and there. It's a major lag right now.
We'll let it buffer for a little bit, but last week we did see the Racing Point driver of Shanksta score the first win of the series and the season for the Racing Point team, so he'll be looking to continue that here today.
Yeah, it was a great win from him. Brilliant strategy from Shanksta. I believe he started on the hard tyres in Australia. There was a lot of incidents of guys spinning out in turn 12, and luckily he stayed out of the way and got the win with a very great strategy, and strategy pulled off to perfection.
Now there were a couple of drivers who weren't able to finish. One of those drivers in particular, Natty G, a known fan favorite. So hopefully everyone will be able to, like I said, finish this race this time. China's a lot more of an open track compared to Australia, the street circuit.
Yeah, there's a lot of overtaking points, especially in the main straight, the back straight, all like that. But you've got to have good downforce in the corners, or you're going to lose a lot of time, as well as straight line speed. As currently right now, though, Fire Tornado's done a 33.8 on mediums. Walsh's done a 134.3 on softs, apparently. So I think that might have been a banker for him.
Right. So welcome to everyone who's joined us here in the chat. This is qualifying, so we will be going through the grid to see who can set their fastest qualifying times.
Shank's actually about to finish his lap, the winner from last week. The Mister has joined the session. And there you go, Shank's is in second on hard tyres. Wonder if he's going to do the hard tyre strategy yet again. Could it work out and make him have a second win in a row?
I mean, what helped him last time was that he started outside the top 10, so he did have free choice of tires as well, so we'll have to wait and see. Currently sitting second though, so not doing too badly.
You are correct, Les. The driver he was racing against for that win in Australia was Ace, who's in 13th right now, hasn't set a lap in the pits. I believe he's on the medium tyre right now, so he will be coming out soon and seeing if he can challenge Shankster today and try and get some more points on the board.
Right. There were some penalties dished out after Australia. Do you want to talk about those?
Yep, I'll just get the information right now. So the penalties were for Ace. Ace has got a penalty, so he has to wait till the 10th minute marker in quali until he can go out and do a run. Same goes to Didonki, 1195. Apologies if I got that Pearson name wrong there. He has to also wait to the 10-minute marker. However, though, the Ferrari driver, Zaza, he has to wait till the 5-minute marker for quali for penalties, which were added on. So he will probably go on the softest compound of tyre just to try and get up the field, since he won't have a lot of time to see how the setup handles. And there may be even wet weather later in the qualifying session, as his yellow is currently in Sector 2 right now.
Right, along with the penalties, we do have two substitutes for this race. Met Boy in the Williams currently sits in 6th place, as well as Taylor in the Haas car currently sitting 11th place.
Just wonder what we can see from these two new replacements, as Met Boy is doing quite comfortably actually in 6th place with 1:34.7 on a set of hard tyres. Taylor is in 11th on a set of softs. I don't know if that was a representative time. But currently outside the top 10 as Tekers has just left the session.
Yeah, I have to see what that's for. I believe he was on one of their slower laps actually.
As right now, I believe X90 is about to start lap, I believe. Oh, no, actually, no, he's not. He's only in sector 1.
Right, it's not that big of a track, so these guys should be able to get around it pretty quickly if they want to start a decent lap. So it'd be better to kind of just go on board one of these drivers, kind of take a lap around the Chinese Grand Prix circuit. It's a very high-speed focused circuit, I guess. I don't really have too much to say about it.
Yeah, it's very high speed circuit, but one mistake in a corner could easily spin you out, cause a crash, as turn 1 is going to be very chaotic probably, because we have seen real F1 drivers do it in the past, Kvyat, Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen. We could see a torpedo move into turn 1, as currently Black Country Mush is currently on a lap right now, as he's going through turn 2. Nice tidy run into turn 3, trying to run as wide as he can to get a straight line. Onto turn 4, ERS mode 5 on hot lap. Doesn't clip the curb in turn 6, brakes run about 75 metres to the braking line. Oh, rear kicks out a little bit there. Now he is approaching high speed corners, my favourite part on this track. Gotta get it nice and right, make sure the rear doesn't kick out. One low error can easily make you spin off or run wide and mess up your quali lap or even race them altogether. Running through turn 10 now. Decent exit there. Let's see what sector time he will do with a 53.5. He's got the yellows in sector 1. So someone may have lost it there as he's approaching the tricky right-hander. Traction can be very easily lost, as he almost looked like they lost the rear end. Now he's going to eat into that ERS battery now down this big long straight. Approaching the speed of around about 209 miles an hour. Lost 100 metre more on brakes. Locks up his right front. That may cost him a little bit of time into the hairpin corner. Puts on the power coming up to the final corner now. Let's see what time he will do. He's currently in 17th with not a lap set. And he gets 5th, 134.4 on the medium tyres.
Now I know it's only the beginning parts of qualifying, but a lot of the guys here actually going for harder tire options such as the medium and the hards. We actually didn't see too many people use the harder tires at the start of the race at Australia.
Yeah, it's a very tyre saveable track, Australia is, compared to China. China isn't the best tyre wear. I think this is why there's a lot more people on mediums and hards and soft runners. Because you can do the soft strategy, it will be a 2-stop in the race. But the main strategies to go is medium to hard or hard to medium, or even hard to soft is a very risky strategy. But you never know, we could see that happen in today's race.
Indeed, I mean, the top 3 in qualifying so far are both on the harder compounds of tires. Only Hugo's been able to qualify in the top 5 on the soft tires, so we might see just a general shift to harder tires being better for this kind of race.
Yeah, we could see that, but you never know. We don't know what the weather's going to be like in the race. There could be some rain, possibly. So maybe these guys are doing hard ones now and then maybe going to softs maybe later on. Maybe that's why we can see some people actually on the soft tyre. But it'll be very interesting what the strategies will be for the race. You never know, a 2-stop could win the race, as we did see the 1-stop last week in Australia win. So we'll have to wait and see.
Indeed. But thank you for everyone who's joined us here. If you have a favorite driver or you just want someone to shout out in the comments, feel free to well, leave a comment, and well, we'll check them out here on stream and then we'll respond back to you. But while that's happened, Ace has actually set the pole time with a 1:33.7 on mediums actually.
It's a very good lap, but it's dead on. Donkey also had that same penalty as Ace had. He's currently on a lap, about to finish on a set of soft tyres. Oh, makes a big mistake in the final corner there, and that is basically a banker run then for that soft run. He's done 1:38.9, but it was invalid actually. In 48 seconds, I believe, Zeta will be able to go out. As Tekkas has managed to rejoin the session.
Yeah, so there's still time, just about, for Tekker's. Dekany out now on his out lap. He's got a limited amount of time to make it work and actually chooses the soft tires for his run.
Yep, he is going actually out on... He's almost out of ERS actually, I believe.
Ooh, as he slides through Sector 2, and he's almost put it in the wall, but he spins. So that might be a ruined set of tires for Dekany there.
As Taylor's actually out on us, the mediums. Currently 1.2 seconds down off his PB. He's actually backed off.
Yeah, it's a very interesting balance you need for a track like China, because you can prioritize downforce through Sector 1 and 2, but you also then end up losing a lot of top speed, which will be necessary for some of the drivers if they want to start making passes down the straight in Turn 3. But, I mean, we're drivers ourselves. Which would you prioritize?
I'd take it nice and tight through Turn 1 into Turn 2, but then try and run as wide as I can the entry of Turn 3 to get a really good straight line. But you've got to be easy on the power, because if you're too eager on the throttle, you're just going to lose the rear end, it's going to kick out, and you're just going to put yourself into the wall, because it's very tricky Turn 4. It may not look much, but the traction there is hardly any really. You've just got to be very careful on the throttle, and you should be fine, but if you're not, you're going to go around, and there's no way in stopping it.
So, interesting, the top three are all on medium tires, but as I say that, Metboy goes across in the Williams to set a 1:33.6, so that makes it all the top 5 on the harder compounds of tires.
Yeah, it's very interesting, but Shankster is still in 5th place on hard, so he looks like the quickest person on this track, especially when he's done a 34.2 on a set of hard tyres, as we can just see now on the graphic. That Fire Tornado has just put on a set of soft tyres, and so is Shankster on mediums, though. He's gone on a set of fresh mediums. So we could see them do quicker runs very soon. There's only 3 minutes out on quality, as Zaza's actually finally gone on an outlap, as Taylor's just was weaving down the straight a little bit and just crashes into the wall. I think he was annoyed at something. So he's out of quality as well, and he will be either 14th or lower.
Yeah, just in front of Toussaint. He's on his lap right now to hopefully get out of the 15th spot.
It was Toussaint, I believe, last week had a bit of a troublesome as Toro, so did lock out the front row of the grid. And then I believe it ended terrible for him after he spun a few times. And the safe car did help him out, and then I think he made another mistake later on in the race.
And he's up to 4th.
He does take 4th. So 1:34 flat. I believe his teammate's best lap was on mediums as well, yep. So he's 2/10 slower than his teammate currently right now, who is on a set of softs, as much noise.
There's a little bit of complication with the Williams, and it might be Triple O, who are both on laps, but then I think they both decide to come in, actually.
Oh, it's Matt Boyal actually got a pole position with a 33.6, I didn't even realise.
Excuse me, not a Triple O, Alex Gunner, sorry.
As Robert is in the pits right now, as there's only 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in the session. I believe that is real time. I don't know about the drivers, they may have an extra 20 seconds. There's a bit of a clutch for that.
Hugo is on a lap because he's getting through the some of the guys who are actually on their out laps. This might be Hugo's last chance at a lap as he's on the soft tires.
See Hugo take pole position, they are fresh softs. So the time he does do, and he goes to 6th, so he beats Shanks. Shanks is in 7th, who is currently out on an out lap right now. He's on his fresh set of mediums, so we could possibly see Shanks get in the top 3 or even pole position. It'd be a nice battle to see with him in Ace. See if Ace come back at him after Australia.
Natty G on his lap, as well as Black Country. Zaza on his lap. Triple O, I think, backing off for his final attempt. Blue Camo on a lap, on hards as well. Maybe Tekker's not in, or out for a lap.
Let's see if X90 will be up on his Delta in Sector 1. He should be, of course, and he is still 2/10 up in Sector 1.
Black Country, I believe, is at the head of this queue that went out at the very last deck. Currently 8th in the top 10 on soft, so it's looking okay for now. Can he improve his time?
Almost 6/10 up in Sector 2, X90 is.
Qualifying is over, and he does. He goes pole for Black Country in 132.
Quite faster than Metboy, who will not be improving since he has crossed the finishing line.
Fire Tornado abandons his lap.
As we will go on board with X90, and then we should go on board with Shankster, because don't count these two out.
Zaza only 10th.
However, he may get knocked out by Triple O. He's currently on a fresh set of mediums. As here comes X90 now to the line. What time is he going to do? 1:33.8. What about Shankster? And that is pole. 1:32.5. Good luck there from Shankster, but what about Ace? Is Ace off a lap? Yes, he is. So, is there Triple O on a run? Yes, Triple O is about to finish. Oh, he runs a bit wide.
And he abandons the lap. So what what a huge change in performance from what we saw at Australia. It is thanks to the pole on medium tires. Black Country, a really good run in the Mercedes car on softs, and then Metboy in third in the Williams car.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see these top three. I thought Ace would have been in the top three, of course, but he drops to fourth. Although Shankster has proven to be a worthy adversary in this championship as he takes pole in China. Will he be able to make that into a win? We'll have to wait and see until the race.
Indeed. There's actually a 1 second gap from first to third there. So Shankster and Black Country kind of in a league of their own in terms of qualifying, but there's still all to play for in the race.
Always anything to play for in the race, as I would thought getting first is the best place to be. So is second, but the midfield in China isn't really the best because that's where the incidents can happen.
Right, so once again it is Shankster, Black Country, Metboy, X-Ace, Tobster, Fire Tornado, X-Natty G, Toussaint, Hugo, Zaza, your top 10. Then Alex the first in 11th, the Decany 12th, Checkmate 13th, Triple O 14th, Blue Camo 15th, Tekker 16th, Taylor 17th, Cloudfather 18th, and I believe if Ryan is still here, he will start on the last row of the grid.
As we count down the final seconds till the race, as Finish Lap will be underway very shortly.
But what a huge diverse lineup of tire selection.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of strategies. I think there are going to be two main strategies though: soft to hard, possibly, and then medium to hard, or hard to medium.
There might even be some two stops as well.
Is possible, as we did see Black Country, I believe, qualified on the soft tyre, so he could do a two-stop, and you never know, the two-stop could be faster. Later on in the race, could do soft, hard, or soft, medium. We'll have to wait and see.
But either way, it's time for round 2 here in the Premier Series of Gavra Racing's F1 2019 series, and we're looking for another showstopper of a performance from all the drivers here. Of course, we do want everyone to finish the race, but only one can finish the winner.
that is true, and at the end of the season there only can be one champion and one team constructors champion, as the formation lap should be going away very soon.
Yep, and they're off on their pace laps.
Ooh, and one of the McLarens have already hit the Red Bull. I believe that was Alex Gunnar, and yep, it was Alex Gunnar, because Hugo Walsh had set off there in the formation lap, so I think there was an anti-stall, which unfortunately Alex Gunnar couldn't get out of the way in time. Unfortunately, contact.
Well, while they're on the formation lap, we will go through the grid. Row 1, it is Shankster in the Racing Point in Black Country in the Mercedes car. Shankster, your last race winner. Can you pull off a repeat performance? And then in row 2, you have Metboy and X-Ace Williams and Alfa Romeo, respectively, both starting on medium tires. Row 3, Tobster, Fire Tornado, both on medium tires and both looking to rebound pretty good from last week as well. Row 4, X-Natty G and Toussaint, Alfa Romeo and Toro Rosso respectively. X-Natty boldly choosing to start on soft tires, so we'll see if that works out for him. Row 5, Hugo and Zaza. Hugo the last person to start on soft tires, and Zaza last person in the top 10 as well. Row 6, the starting choice of tires goes to Alex Gunnar and Dedecany, McLaren and Mercedes respectively. Row 7, Checkmate and Triple O, the Renault and the McLaren respectively as well. Row 8, Blue Camo and AB Techers, Racing Point and Ferrari. Blue Camo actually starting on the hard tires, so the only driver starting on the hardest compound here today. We'll see how that works out. Excuse me. Row 9, Taylor and Robert Codfather in the Haas and Williams respectively. And the last row of the grid is Ryan and Sabo the Mister in the Renault and the Haas, respectively.
Yeah, it's very interesting strategy Blue Cameo's gone on. He's basically doing what his teammate did last week. His teammate, of course, on the hard tyres. So if we see Blue Camo winning today, doing a similar strategy to what his teammate did in Australia.
Indeed, but you don't want to push everything into the first corner. Obviously, China having the notorious notorious first turn. It'll be very interesting to see how these guys do it. But if you want to lead us off, I'll gladly let you do it.
Okay, thank you very much. As we are now starting to come on a sequence of lights. As we are waiting for the FIA clear the lights sequence, and they have now. So we're now up to 2 lights, 3 lights, now 4 lights, now 5 lights. Bit of a hold, and lights are out, and off we go. There is a lot of wheel spin. Oh, there's a McLaren already in the grass. Shanks has already had a decent start into the lead. No problems. There's a Mercedes there, who I believe qualified in second place Black Country, gets ahead of Metboy. As Metboy is struggling, he's got some rear end issues there on the medium tyres. As we go further behind the grid, there's no damage on any of the cars as I can see, as it looks like everyone's actually got it through quite cleanly.
Indeed, they're 3 wide now, going into turn 3, a little bit of contact with Fire Tornado and Zaza, but they all keep it relatively clean. Zaza looking for a little bit of a move, comes back inside. Both the McLarens, Triple O, Alex Gunnar fighting alongside there, but it is Shankster, your current leader through the first sector.
Hugo Walsh there did a cheeky little move there, and Zaza almost took his wing off there, as we've got a bit of a disconnected AI driver. It's Tornado. Since he lagged out in the formation lap, he's becoming a bit of a problem for some of the drivers on the grid. Outlaw back to the front. Shanks has had a decent start, got a 1.3.
Oh, in the background, that's Zaza around. Manages to save it, and then up ahead, the McLaren of Triple O and Ryan, there's contact.
As Blue Camo got damage. I don't know, I can't really tell, but that Ferrari's lost a big chunk of his downforce with the front wing damage.
Meanwhile, further up above, that is Dedecany and X-Natty G going side by side. Small lockup from Dedecany, but he is down the inside. X-Natty looking to switch back him. He did start on soft, so he needs to get a move on, but he hasn't been able to make up too many spots. Ooh, X-Natty is in the pits, probably for front wing damage.
Almost just to realise. Speaking about person who had the best start of today's race is actually Ace. With that penalty he had in quali, and Paul, well, got 4th in quali, and then he's dropped to 6th place. So he's got a bit of work to do if he wants to try and challenge Shankster for this championship right now. Shankster's basically running away with it. Currently the gap now 2.1 seconds to Black Country on the set of soft tyres.
X90 choosing to go on soft tires.
Oh no, he's going on hards.
I mean, mediums, excuse me, sorry.
As he is in 20th, got a 14.2 second gap from the guy ahead. From the leader though, he has 28.8 second gap. So I believe X90 will be going to the end of the race, so don't count him out of this race.
Meanwhile,
right now though, big battle. Oh, yellows. That is Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan spun it a little bit around. Ooh, and the Haas, Taylor, I think, had a little bit of an incident too. Both Haas's actually having the greatest.
The Haas's come to blows. Yeah, and I believe this happened not together, but I believe they were Sauber, Mister, and the other Haas driver last week.
Ooh, X-Ace. X-Ace is around. Ooh, he's in a really dangerous spot. Just to be really careful. Okay.
Luckily, all the drivers avoid him. But as I was saying, the Haas driver last week, both Haas drivers in turn 1 had a bit of calamity, so hopefully they entered contact again. As Ace has had a very poor start, and he could choose to go to the hard tyres at the end, but those mediums should be fresh. There's a lot of battling going on for P12 right now.
Yeah, and also for P10 as well, Blue Camo around the outside of Fire Tornado for 10th, but I'm just going to say, while he actually kind of kicks in, sort of the big mover, AB Techers, he started way far in the back, and he's already up into 9th place, so really good for him.
Yeah, he's had a very good start. Techers, but so... Oh, actually, Met Boy has just made a move on Black Countryman.
Yeah, up front, they have the battle for second here between Williams, Mercedes, Toro Rosso, and Red Bull.
The Toro Rosso team did look at the start of the season, one of the top guys to be in the constructors fight and possibly in the drivers fight. But currently right now they are 4th and 10th right now as Tornado's AI is driving for him. As the Jails in Tech 2, that is Walsh. Walsh is off.
Oh, has he lost a little bit of his front wing?
I can't tell, as Codemaster's giving me a dodgy camera view there.
No, I think he's
the car looks okay. I think he's been tapped a little bit, or the softs are starting to wear out.
But speaking of that, the soft runners are really falling off. Other than Black Country, all the other soft tire runners have had issues in this race. As here comes Toussaint off the back of Black Country. Will he make the move down into the final third? Ooh, be careful behind them. That's Tobster diving it in there.
Great instinct there, basically a Daniel Ricciardo move there.
And it works, he's actually able to...
Pretty smart to avoid that.
Yeah.
That could have been very nasty with the wheel possibly gone off.
But this is still quite the general improvement from Australia for Black Country, so he's actually got his teammate, the Decanade, coming up behind him as well, as Hugo is in the pits.
Apologise for that, I had to mute Mike there because I was about to sneeze. As it is in pits as well, so with that wing damage he's decided he has to pit. He's losing too much time, and I believe the right call is to go on the hard compound of tyre, and yes he is.
Front wing change as well. The Taylor's in.
He's also gone on the hard, also for front wing change as well, so there's a lot of cars having front wing damages at the start of this race.
Oh, Met Boy really close there, had a near miss save, but here comes Toussaint on the inside.
Good move there from Toussaint, but I think he did it a bit too early, because right now though, Met Boy is going to get DRS on him. So he hasn't made the smartest. Oh, Met Boy loses a bit of the traction there, he's got the Red Bull to think behind as well.
Yeah, Met Boy's
but right now though, Shankster is having the day of his life. Cutting now the gap 7.2 seconds to the guy in second place. But here comes Met Boy now, going on the inside. What about Tobster? Will he go make it 3 wide? Or will he go on the junior team? Ooh, almost thinks about it, but gets blocked a little bit. Which is sensible what you're saying, trying the switch. Can't get the traction down, but Met Boy keeps him open for suggestion to make a move. No move was made there.
Black Country is in the pits already on lap 5.
I'm not surprised at that, as you did see his soft tyres were just falling off a cliff.
It's been sector 3.
Was,
Fire Tornado.
Oh, that's his AI.
Oh, well.
Sorry for that. Some guys just asked, could you put the interval now. I believe you've got the fastest laps on it. As there is a VSC right now.
Yes, virtual safety car is out.
So this is good news for the guys who have pitted, especially Ace right now. Basically, he can go on a set of hard tyres and go to the end and gain a lot of time from this pit stop.
But as we take a look down the grid, X-Ace in the pits as well, as he comes out on the hards.
Yeah, it was a schedule, so basically has ended, so no front wing change, and he's already made a little mistake there into turn 2.
Ryan in blue going at it right as this VFC ends. Ooh, and a little bit of contact there.
I believe the wing came off a little bit on my screen. Yeah, he has lost. Oh, he's lost a big chunk of his wing. Both end plates are off the Renault, so I'm quite surprised he's actually trying to make a move on blue camo. I believe he should get that car into the pits as soon as possible. He's kind of holding up his teammate, who's in 11th right now, and he doesn't really want to affect that for points for the team.
Yeah, Ryan's.
Hopefully there's no team controversy. As currently right now though, the Mercedes driver Black Country, since he's pitted, is already trying to overtake these two.
Oh, meanwhile up ahead.
Big battle ahead.
Yeah, Triple O. Oh, we were missing that. He's all the way up into 5th place as he passed Topster. And Checkmate has got ahead of his teammate, is just behind Black Country. Oh no.
Ryan's out. Ryan's out.
Yeah.
Oh, the car is almost flipped there. The wheel just went right under the car on my screen, and it looked like he was going to flip.
Yeah, Black Country had contact, I believe, with one of the Renaults. And I think that's what caused Ryan to slam into the wall.
So no damage on the Merc. What about the Renault though? But look at X90, he is on a mission right now trying to get past Black Country as his yellow's still in sector 3.
Topster is
almost rear ends in there.
Topster's
look at Black Country.
For...
Oh, Black Country's got wing damage. He's just
contact.
The front.
Yeah, with the Renault.
I don't know what Black Country was trying to make a move there. He didn't see the door was open, and I think he was just too fast into that corner. And it is turn 1, of course. It now can happen. As I did say, it may have happened in turn 1. But unfortunately, it's happened to Black Country, and now he's going to have to peel into the pits, and that's basically his podium chance game over. As right now, X90's got ahead without any damage.
Indeed. While all this is happening, Triple O now on the back of the deck, and he's sort of looking to set up a DRS overtake.
I've got to say though, Triple O is now proving his pedal to the metal right now, because he didn't have a good start in Australia. He had a very bad race, I believe, and now he's fighting back for a possible podium position if he can pick a little bit more of the pace up and try and catch up with Met Boy and Tisane. That's good right now though. Shanks is still in the lead with an 8.1 second gap. Absolutely flying right now.
Triple O have the inside line for the final corner, and indeed he's up into 4th place, so really good run for him so far. Blue Camo, he's still on the hard tires looking to fight X-Natty G. Looks like down to the inside. Can he defend it?
Oh, bit of contact.
Both of them on hards actually. But X-Natty G has a pit already.
Oh, as Walsh has just got a 10-second time penalty. I believe he's cut a corner from somewhere, and he's got a big penalty. This isn't good for the Red Bull team.
Yes,
as right now, the Renault Checkmate full. Kind of holding up Topster. He's going on the outside. He was actually on a fresh set of soft tyres, so I don't know what strategy he is doing. But he's on the fresh set of soft, on a 2-stop strategy. I wonder what he is going to do later in this race.
You know, just behind them, that's Hugo and Fire Tornado getting really close, practically touching the side pod there. But that is Hugo up into 14th now. And I'm actually interested if I can, okay, so you can see how many people have made a stop so far. Really, X-Natty G is the highest up.
Just 8 people have already pitted.
Actually pretty interesting, the tire strategy there. Not really sure what they're gonna do there with that, especially Topster on soft tires. Meanwhile,
do apologise for my mute there. Yeah, you're right. It's also on a very strange strategy on a set of softs. I think he actually has wing damage as well. Yes, he does. He's lost a bit of his end plate already. Now, I don't know if that was due to the Renault or Walsh, his teammate, who did get a 10-second time penalty for cutting a corner. Well, speaking about Tubbs, he's about to, looks like making a dive bomb into Robert, and yes he is, he's making that dive work beautifully, gets the move done, and says thank you very much, and takes the 11th.
Yeah, the other Red Bull of Hugo still fighting checkmate there.
Substitutes sets new fastest lap, 136.5, so maybe he is trying to go for that fast lap. There's McLaren there of Alex Gunner, and the Toro Rosso Fire Tornado running off the track completely.
Yeah, in the back, Alex manages to stay ahead there, but Topster, well, we question why he's on the soft tires, but he is setting the fastest laps, so it's just a matter of if he can catch the hard tire runners of Blue Camo and X90G, who's now up in the 8th after he passed Black Country.
It's not the gaps have started to spread out a bit, so there isn't really any battles on track because people have pitted.
Indeed.
But the biggest gainer in positions is actually the Haas driver of Savo the Mister in P7 club right now. He's getting 13 positions. The biggest losers right now in positioning losses is Ace and Fire Tornado losing 11 positions right now. So it isn't really good for them, as Zessa actually just gets past the AI or Tornado.
Oh, not quite. Small bit of contact there.
Oh, yep, and he's through. So now Taylor is now gonna be the next victim on Tornado.
Meanwhile, Hugo did pass Robert, but Robert, I think, will have DRS down here. Oh no, it's actually Hugo who has DRS. So it looks like he will hold on to 12th for now.
Don't count Ace out though. Ace is really closing up on the Renault right now. And now this is a three-way battle for P13. So that VSC did help him out. As everybody else ahead of him, except both Red Bull drivers, X-Natty and Black Country Mosh, who still need to pit.
As almost
hits the rear end. Yellow's in sector 3 there. That might have been Blue Cameo. It is. He looked like he lost the rig, 'cause he's lost the position to Topster.
Yeah, Blue Camo spun it just a little bit through that first turn. As checkmate has Ace right behind him. Ace could be looking for a move here if he chooses to. He does make the dive bomb move on the Redo.
Very good on the brakes there. It looked like he actually was going to go straight into the Williams at one point. But he's very good on the brakes and got past the Renault, basically copying what the Red Bull drivers have been doing all day in the hairpin corner. So now his next victim will be Robert.
Yeah, X-Ace, even though he's on the hard tires, he's still making it work really good.
He is. He still could be on a two-stop strategy, but he could take those hards to the end. In my opinion, it would be very smart to take those tires to the end. As Robert's really struggling on those medium compound. As almost touches the rear end of him a little bit there, and Ace just wants to get past him as quickly as possible and gets the move done before DRS. And the job is done. As Hugo Walsh slowly catching up now to Big Camel. It isn't DRS range, but X-Natty, Ace's teammate, currently taking 8th. Oh, almost hits the rear end of Black Country there. Very close call.
Yeah, just ahead, the battle for 9th, the Alpha and the Mercedes. Black Country's been struggling quite a bit actually ever since his stop. Has been able to gain up the time he's needed.
That front wing damage he did get off, I believe it was the Williams actually of Robert. Hasn't really helped him.
Well, on the back, checkmate and Alex Gunner going at it for 15th.
We'll stay on board. Oh, he's gone round. He made he's back on track, but he just drifted that hairpin corner. Didn't judge the braking point the best. Lost a bit of time though, but luckily hasn't lost any part of his car. He'll start now slowly to catch up back to Black Country.
You have this small little train here of 14th, Robert, checkmate, and Alex Gunner. Robert might kind of be holding up the Renault and McLaren just a little bit. Doesn't seem to have the pace on the medium tires. Alex Gunner actually on the hard tires, he looked to be the fastest out of all of them. Checkmate goes pretty wide. Really susceptible to Alex.
Well, I just think it's on the outside. As a switch, different compounded tyres, so I understand how Gunners is catching up with these two. Their tyres are starting to die off, and look at him. Look at Alex Gunner making a move on the Renault. And he almost loses it though, making the rear end kicking out. It's a bit too eager, but he may get them now both on the slipstream, making it 3 wide.
Yeah,
Mercedes
checkmate.
versus Renault engine.
Yeah, all 3 of them. Checkmate and
checkmate
Alex.
Checkmate's going off.
Yeah, checkmate's really far.
He went completely off the braking point. Oh, and he's got to be careful with the joining back. That looked really close when I looked at it, as Checkmate's actually made a mistake. He's almost in the wall. Almost takes the Ferrari with him and is into the gravel there.
He misses the wall though.
And luckily no damage. Hopefully he doesn't affect Tornado or Taylor, because Taylor's now really closing the door on Tornado. Couldn't get now 4 seconds. Oh, as Met Boy is gone.
Yeah, Met Boy spun. Here comes Sabo up to 5th place.
So Triple O is in 3rd place now, so you should be happy with that.
But while all that happened, Alex did get ahead of Robert, and Zazo's coming as well.
Shanks has actually been caught a little bit now. The gap's now dropped to 7.5. It was 8 seconds last lap. Tissaint is starting to pick up the pressure, even though making a few mistakes. But he's starting to catch up. The closest battle is for P15th though. I don't know what's wrong with that Williams right now. Robert's really struggling on those mediums.
Might just be struggling on the tire wears so far. Might have been pushing the car, maybe overheating the rears. It seems to be lacking rear traction.
He's going completely off there. You are right. Now, tire issues is an issue with the tire heating on this track, because you can overheat them quite quickly. That might be why the soft strategy wasn't the best to start on, as they can really overheat. As right now though, Met Boy is actually in the pits, so his teammate is in the pits, so I don't believe Robert will pit yet. I think he'll take these tyres for another lap.
Going on hard tires, so most likely going to end the race on it.
Well, does come back out ahead of Alex Gunner.
Oh, up ahead, Blue Camo is spun. Just ahead of Met.
Oh, has to watch out. Alex going to have to take avoiding action. Very sensible and smart driving there from the McLaren, but a bit dangerous there from the racing point.
Meanwhile, Natty G actually still kind of really close to Black Country, who's starting to kind of keep up. He's being held with the DRS, and Topster's catching up as well on the soft tires.
And Shankster is in, so the leader is in. Will to Saint coming as well. Yes, the Toro Rosso is basically copying what the Racing Point is doing. And Dunkercut is very strong here.
Black Country
what tyres will the Racing Point go on?
Sorry, Black Country will have DRS down the straight. Will that be enough to catch up?
Hards for the Racing Point drive. What about the Toro Rosso? Very sensible to go on the hards, and yes he is, so he is also. Yep, X90 is not really getting caught up. Oh, Black Country locks up. That could have ended really ugly and could have rear-ended him. But I'm surprised Topster's managed to do 6 laps on those softs without getting a puncture and really struggling on pace as he now comes into the pits.
Yeah, Topster's in after that relatively short stint. He
will have to go hard. I don't think the mediums can go to the end. It'll be a push, because we've only seen people manage to make the mediums 12 to 10 laps. And nope, he's got wing change and he's going medium tyres, so this is a very slow stop for the Red Bull crew.
So Topster pretty confident, even though he's only gone 1 more lap than the leaders. He's confident that he can take those mediums to the end, probably. Meanwhile, just up ahead, Teckers and Hugo Walsh kind of going at it.
Wow, Shanks has pulled off an amazing strategy. By pitting, he still led the race. He's ahead of Triple O right now, who still needs to pit, who was in net 3rd place. So, right now, when Triple O pits, I believe he will drop to possibly 8th, the least he'll drop to right now. So he will have a job on to catch up for the rest of the field with people who already have pitted ahead of him and behind him, as Dead-On still needs to possibly... Actually, hang on. Didn't Dead-On have wing damage?
Maybe Black Country did. Dead-On? I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, yellows in seconds 3. Someone is off.
Oh, Triple O. He nearly hit the pit road wall coming in. Could have been very dangerous for him.
as he does come in the pit. So he has found the pit. So is Sabo, the Haas driver.
Yeah, Sabo and Triple O in. I don't think Triple O has any damage. And he decides...
Oh, yeah, he does. He has big chunk of damage on his left side of his wing.
So this could be a decent chance for Sabo. Both going on hards.
And yep, Sabo's getting a lot of time on the McLaren. Could we see a possible battle near the end of the race between these two?
Come out 9th and 10th.
So Met Boy has lost position between these two after he made that error earlier.
Ooh, an Ace. I believe Techers had an issue there. Ace just kind of taking the spot away, even though he had a slow pit stop.
Gotta say though, oh, yellow's in sector 1, and that is blue camo. Blue camo is round. Blue camo is not finding grips or hards. He's basically having what Robert's having on the mediums and struggling, and Robert is also really struggling on pace right now.
Yeah, both of them yet to pit, I believe, so they're still struggling. Fire Tornado in, I believe he has damage possibly, yeah. But still...
Checkmate is going to get ahead of him by a big gap right now. We're speaking about the top two though. Just saying is going to get ahead of the Mercedes driver. Dead on runs really a bit wide there. Shanks that's new fast lap 36.4, so beats Tops is like what he's on soft tires. So good lap there from Shanks though.
Yeah, Deadon's still not pitting just yet. Natty up to 4th now. Meanwhile, Sabo looking for the move on Triple O.
Well, I believe Natty actually can go to the end on those hards and possibly challenge for 3rd place there.
And that is Sabo up in the 9th place.
Ooh, his Tornado's getting away with his teammate. A little bit there. Just got past the head, so that's... I guess, but remember, Deadon's got to make a 2nd stop. He's nowhere going to make those mediums to the end, and I'm surprised he's taken this long. That subsets new fast lap 135.9, so it does beat the leader's lap.
Blue camo.
As you can see, Deadon's struggling already on those mediums as he's struggling to find grip in the fast left and right.
Yeah, Roberts in for his stop, which released Blue camo into 15th there.
I believe he's the only one, and Deadon actually. Wait, I thought. No, Deadon actually hasn't pitted, so. Oh, I'm getting the Mercedes mixed up. It was actually Black Countrymush who got wing damage. He's the one who pitted, so Deadon actually will need to pit. So this will promote Natty to P3 right now, who's absolutely flying in that Alfa Romeo.
Right.
Closing that gap to Deadon.
Yeah, Deadon and Blue camo the only people who haven't stopped yet. Topster the only one on the current 2-stop.
Oh, as he still doesn't pit, he stays up for another lap there. Natty gets a 5-second time penalty there. And is slowly losing time to Black Country, which is surprising when he's got a bit of wing damage. And he's also still not pitting.
The Deccanese kind of keeping pace with Tucson. He might just be able to... Oh, I say that and he spun around. Yeah. It sometimes becomes
Has he got a puncher? No puncher as I can see. His Triple O just gets a 3-second time penalty added to his time there. As Hugo is in for a scheduled stop. As there is a big battle for Tekker's for Ace right now actually, from Tekker's, Salvo and Triple O there. So it makes a little error.
Yeah,
we missed that move. Hashtag did on the McLaren.
Yeah, Ace still trying to keep speed. Oh, it's Sabo.
That's has gone.
Yeah, he kept it off the wall though.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Turn 4, you've got to get that traction correct. If you don't, that's what happens. Met Boy will be a bit happy with that, and with a bit of a smile on his face, and possibly try and take Sabo for P9, as Sabo was probably trying to look for redemption after what happened in Australia. I believe he retired in Australia. However, though, the gap to 3rd place is really closed up now, 4.4 seconds after that spin.
And Met Boy actually closing up to Sabo after that. Alex there in the distance as well. So.
Oh, as Torps is actually trying to make a move on the Ferrari driver, as a P12 right now. So after he's making a 2-stop strategy, he's got a lot of work to do. Does the switch, goes on the inside, very smart from the Red Bull. Oh, a bit of contact I think there. I could have been wrong. As is defending on the inside line, that's his defensive move, but Topster's not having it. He wants the inside, and he's making sure that he's having it, and the move is done and dusted, I believe, unless Topster loses it on traction.
Yellow flag in sector 1,
and that's dead on.
Ooh, careful,
dead on's off with
teammates.
damage.
Yeah.
I believe that's AI actually driving there. He's got to watch out for... Ace has got to watch out there. And there it is. X90 is now into 3rd place.
Yeah, Dedekany's just losing pace. Ooh, his Met Boy nearly loses it as well. But Dedekany, I think he's just taking those tires way too far.
Yeah, he's pushing those tires. I believe he's trying to push these tires for a soft strategy run, which we have seen the softs go 6 laps, but I'm surprised that those mediums haven't punctured yet. Spinning twice, it's more punctured.
Well, he's already missed his chance to like switch to hards, so he thought, well, maybe why don't we just go on softs, but the mediums can't do both.
Well, yeah, you are correct there. Ace is closing very quickly now, as the gap behind them have now spread it equally to a second, roughly, as he's now in DRS range. So, as he's look how much he gains on the braking zone. It just proves the grip difference. He almost hits the rear end of him there, and he has to be aware of the tyre wear. As it looks like Dedon's going to go on the inside. Ace was a bit confused where he was going, but goes around the outside and gets the move done quite easily, but this isn't a good place for Ace to have, because Dedon could lock up and just lose all grip. And luckily he defends the inside. Ace runs a bit wide and keeps the position and takes 5th place, as X90 is actually into the pits right now, so that's very surprising. That's promoted Backcountry Mush into 3rd place. Now, I don't know about Triple O. I did say he could possibly get 3rd.
Dedekany is in as well, just behind
so
them.
He's finally pitted.
And Alex Gunner in as well again.
Maybe the hard tyres can't go to the end then, as they don't know. He's going on a set of softs. That's the only strategy he can go on with Mercedes.
So perhaps we were wrong about the one stop being possible here.
Well, some interesting information in the radio chat from X9. He said he's got 2 5-second penalties for nothing cut in the final corner. Now, if you exceedingly cut it, then you have got the 5-second bar warning. That can happen. Or it could be a glitch. There is a few glitches on this game with that. Especially in Baku and Singapore, you can get that. So, yeah, I feel sorry for you there, mate, if you've got that penalty. You've had to serve it, but right now though, Triple O is on the back of Tekers and surely should be behind Ace very soon.
Ooh,
as Tekers makes a big error.
Just a little bit there, but that's all it needed for Triple O, as Sabo also on the back of this fight. But Tekers gets a really good run, gets the rear tires pinned down. Others very susceptible to both Triple O and Sabo.
Don't count out Topster. He's only 3 seconds off this battle, so Topster's making this 2-stop strategy work.
Sabo 3 wide. Triple O actually managed to make the most of it.
Sabo's going to do the double. Doesn't get the traction. Oh, I think Tekers is off. No, he's just managed to keep it on. It looked like he was going off there, and Sabo can't make the move work, but he's going to go for the switch. Oh, and hits the rear of him and has lost a big chunk of his wing there. He wasn't expecting the traction of the McLaren.
He looks, really
aggressive lunge. Going in, Triple O sees the mistake that Haas has made, but has to back off a little bit to try and make the corner.
Ooh, Tekers got pushed off a little bit there. That allows Met Boy to close in.
And Met Boy's made the move there and got past quite easily, and is basically going to get 2 easy moves very surely as Salvo. It looks like he's got a big chunk of his wing missing, as I'm getting the wrong part of the wing right now. Yep, he's lost the end plate of his wing on the left side, so that downforce is going to really kick in into high speed, because you can see he's struggling, running wide, getting a bad entry into this corner. Really struggling for grip right now.
He's lucky they can't really make a move into the sector, but if he can't get the power down in Sector 3, he'll be very susceptible to the 3 behind him. It's all the battle for 5th place.
Salvo makes a similar mistake that Tekers made, but his yellows in Sector 1. I believe that may have been Robert there made another error, but I could be wrong, as we're back to the board. This battle with Triple O and the Haas, trying to pull away from the Williams.
Yeah, Sabo swerving left and right, trying to break the gap, the draft. looks like it worked to a degree. Triple O not really able to get as much speed.
As I can see, Triple O is not really liking the brakes he's having. Like, he's not as, how do I put this, very late on the brakes. Sauber again makes another error with that wing damage. He's just going to lose a bit of time, but there's no point pitting if there's only 8 laps to go.
And now Topster's actually been brought into this battle because they've been slowing up.
Actually, Tekers is thinking to go around the outside into turn 2 on the Williams. Basically fell asleep on the wheel. Going to go on the outside into turn 3, the inside. A bit of wheel banging there.
Oh, and here comes Topster. Not too much though.
But great racing.
Meanwhile, up ahead,
Ferrari.
Triple O down the
3.
inside. Saba looking for the switchback move. Oh, and behind Tekers, he has front wing damage.
Oh, that isn't good for him. Oh no, he doesn't actually. The wing is still there. I don't think it was him. It might have been Topster. Yeah, it is. It's Topster. He's got an end plate missing.
Netboy has end plate missing as well.
Oh, that isn't good then for the Red Bull and the Williams teams. It looked like they want to get some decent points, but the yellow flags were for checkmate as did make an error in sector 3 on the fast, high-speed right corner, but Triple has made the move for P5 right now. As the saying is saying, it is a good race currently right now as he is in second. Although he's lost a lot of time to Shankster. Currently now the gap now 14 seconds as Yells in sector 2. I think that's dead on. Okay, I believe it could have been him, as that was in sector 2, as there was the man holding the yellow flag.
Topster down the inside of Netboy for 7th place. He has got the move even with damage.
Tries to switch. But don't count out Tekers though. Tekers hasn't got wing damage as Black Country is in the pit, so Ace has got 3rd. Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, Black Country in. Looks like soft going on the car.
Triple O is gaining. Current now the gap is 2.7 seconds. So don't count these two out. McLaren or the Haas challenging Ace for later stages of this race, because I don't believe Ace may take the percent as there's yellows in sector 3. I believe that might be checkmate again, as it's a VSC.
Ooh.
Now I don't know what the VSC is for.
Oh, that's the lap car fire tornado, excuse me. But yeah, we are under VSC. I'm not really sure why though. Maybe just debris.
You are possibly right there.
But while we have a moment, let's quickly take a look at this. So the top 5 started on mediums and are hards. Topster went medium, soft, medium. Xnatty went soft, hard, medium. There's a huge variety of strategies going on here. A lot
right
of
now, though,
two-stoppers.
under VSC, Shankster really can't get past Taylor because he is a lap down. And this is kind of affecting Shankster possibly maybe a little bit, because Taylor can go as slow as he wants, but...
Ooh, Toussaint's in the pits.
Ooh, so he's going for an interesting strategy call. So he's possibly going for the fastest lap now. He is going to stay second because Ace is nowhere near him.
VSC's over now.
But don't count out Triple O as he yells again in sector 1. Now, I don't know who that is. That might be just for the Haas driver getting out of the way.
The lap car putting up a little bit of a fight for X-Ace, kind of annoying him a little bit there. Meanwhile,
Sauber's just made the move on Triple O there to take P4.
Meanwhile, Tekers, excuse me, on the outside of Netboy, and he does make the move.
Currently, though, there is a bigger battle further behind. Tekers versus Topster versus Netboy, currently for the battle for P6. So even with that damage Topster's got, he's performing brilliantly. Oh, and it looked like Topster just braked a bit too early for Tekers' liking there. It looked like Tekers almost rear-ended him. And Tekers can't afford the wing damage because he's on 11 laps hards. They're still not going to be the grippiest compared to the mediums, as there's yellows in sector 1 and 2.
That's the lap car fire tornadoes. Sorry.
Oh, so Tornado's got out of the way there.
Yeah, that's probably the cause for the cautions there.
That might have been actually the cause for the VSC, but it's saying has got to set soft tyres, lap 22 out of 28. So he is definitely thinking of fast, but the lap he has to beat is a 135.9. He has set that is the Red Bull driver Topster on the mediums, I believe, or on the softs. I can't remember what tyre he did it on. But right now, this actually could make Shankster pit. He's got a 34.6 second gap, could go softs, thinking about fastest lap, and steal it off to Sin. As it looks like he's going to win yet again. This will be his second win in a row for the Racing Point team.
The tornado kind of being a little bit of a pin for Tekers. Metboy Although Techers will get DRS from this, so it'll help him.
Currently right now further behind the field, currently battle for P17 right now is Checkmate and Roberts. So Roberts managed to find a bit more speed in the Williams, but he's unfortunately in 17th, and Checkmate's not that far.
Also, as well as Black Country, one of those who picked for soft, he could maybe mount a charge for X Natty. He's trying to catch up to the group of Techers and Metboy ahead of him.
Yeah, you are right, he could catch up, but he's got big wing damage on that left side of his wing. He's actually slowly getting caught, it looks like, by Hugo there a little bit there on the final corner. He's now lost a bit of time on the straight, but Hugo could steal the final point from the Mercedes team. But right now though, Triple O and Sabre are basically the same gap to each other, 1.6 as Sabre to Ace and 1.8, so Ace is getting caught. So will we see near the closing stage of this race the same what happened in Australia, that somebody gets past Ace for a higher finishing position?
Oh, Techers in the grass there, and Metboy is able to just get the place right there. And you can just see Natty G in the background there.
Now he is going back. He was looking for third place, but he had to serve one of his 5-second stop goals. He didn't want a 10-second penalty, which could cost him, and it's cost him a third position today. So it's not going to be a good day for the Alpha for him today. As they say, it does set the fastest lap, 134.2. So time is running out for Shankster if he wants to try and steal this fastest lap.
I don't think he'll necessarily want to sacrifice the win for that, but he does have about a 30-second gap, so this might be relatively closed down for him. You know, though.
I'm wondering though if the Ace will get a puncture near the end of this race, because he's done 18 laps. Now we saw the mediums only got to 16. Now I know the hards go up to lap 22 from the start, but it'll be very interesting if you can do 22 laps or even more on those hards without losing your position.
Tucker's still trying to make up that ground on Metboy. Metboy still has that front wing damage, but I'm surprised Techers hasn't been able to make moves on Topster and Metboy despite their damage.
Yeah, I think it's because he's like struggling for grip. As yet again, there again, he almost loses to the rear. He's really struggling, unless that was lag, but that Ferrari doesn't look planted as it should be.
Now he has been on those tires longer than anyone, which could be the problem. He has been lighting it up quite a bit, kind of lacking rear grip. As you can see, X-Natty G is just really able to catch up during the corners.
Alright there, as Will... Nope, Shanks still didn't pit, so to say it is still... It's close gap now, 30.9, so if you get it in the 20 seconds, Shanks shouldn't pit, because then he may lose the lead. But right now though...
This is Techers' best chance. He does have DRS.
When it defends, Ferrari goes on the outside. A lot more firepower in that Ferrari. Is he going to go around the outside to make the move work? Got to remember the Williams is there. And yeah, look at the traction difference. Got alongside for the final corner. This is going to be nice move there from the Ferrari. The Williams was very smart in his spatial awareness there to let him have that. But Natty with that battle is closing up. Hugo's actually now lost a lot of time for the Black Country there. 4.8 seconds now he's lost.
Yeah, Black Country's still pushing those softs, so he is actually faster than this group. So X-Natty looking to take the next spot. Looks to go around the outside of Metboy as he loses traction. Ooh, further down the pack, Alex Gunner. He does lose the spot to Zaza there, excuse me.
Well, speaking about the other McLaren, Triple O right now is battling for 4th place. This is Yells in Sector 2. Now, is that Checkmate? Yes, it is. Checkmate is off into the grass. As I don't know what he's doing. He is trying to get back to speed, so I think there was a bit of contact there between Robert.
Meanwhile,
hopefully it doesn't affect Ace there.
Meanwhile, Natty G does get up into 8th place after passing Metboy. Now looking on the back of Techers, he could get him down the long back straight.
Well, it looks like Triple O is going to get missed there right now before the back straight. No, he has to wait now to the back straight to get DRS, as he's really close on that McLaren. As there's the defensive line for Mr. That's I don't know if that is questionable defending there. He did make one move. And look at that, Triple was a lot confident on the brakes that time, but makes the error and almost loses the back end. Could have cost him there another position.
Meanwhile, Natty did get Teckers down the back straight. He's up into 7th now.
I believe that might be Fire Tornado. Just getting out of the way.
And now Teckers looking very vulnerable to Metboy as well, but they will have DRS to kind of keep them in play.
You are correct there as well. Now on lap 26 out of 28.
Ooh, Natty G ran wide, and here comes Teckers up the inside. And that's just been a mistake.
Metboy, and yes, oh, big contact there. Metboy almost spins the Alpha.
Yeah, just a small mistake from Natty G, and Teckers back into 7th place. Triple O is still fighting Sabo, as that's the lapped Renault getting out of the way there.
I've got to say though, the replacement driver in the Williams is performing very well to score points in his first race, currently now in P9. He's had a few issues with the brakes and a bit of contact with a few of the drivers, but he's showing us why he's in that
Sabo
Williams
very wide, here comes Triple O. Sabo doing a little too much defending there.
And the weird thing is, they're both in the same tyres. Now that might be because of that wing damage the Haas had. And look, there we go, the McLaren looked like he almost had it, but has to back off a little bit, just not hit the Haas. Almost goes in the grass. There's the defensive move from Sabo. Trying to close him, which he can do. And the McLaren's going to go on the outside again. Not the best place to go, because it is where the marbles is. And he runs off as Hugo's left the session. That'll be his AI taking over now for P11, so that's basically getting more for him to get 10th.
Meanwhile,
Teckers makes the move on Natty.
Natty shoves him out there, and that is him up to 7th again.
Aggressive move, but May did it work. As Black Country is catching up, so don't count him out either from these lot. However, though, we're on the penultimate lap. Shankster is already on the back straight already, so he's about to start the final lap very soon, as I will keep an eye on him and tell you when he will be crossing that line.
Metboy really far off, and Teckers really far off as well. Teckers is now being attacked by Metboy.
Metboy does the switch, gets the grip this time, not on the marbles, and there you go, he gets the move done. Or does he? Teckers is still alongside. This is going to be close racing. Oh, Teckers late brakes. Metboy sees him, tries to get the grip on the outside, gets the move done on his part of view. Teckers is still there and has to give it in. Or is he going to go for the switch? But look, very great defending there from Metboy. Tactical defending, closing the door.
And
very smart thinking.
And Black Country's loving this because he's closing up very quickly.
Shanks now is on the last lap, coming for the final time through Sector 1 in today's race. He's had nothing wrong in the racing point. He's performed brilliantly. Won in Australia, and the way he's going, it looks like he is going to win in China. So it'll be 2 wins in a row and basically confirming his first place in the championship right now.
Here comes Triple O once more. He's going around the outside, and there's Topster there in the background.
Triple O goes on the outside. Does he make it work? Triple O almost loses the rear.
But here comes Topster. Down the inside.
Great move there from Topster.
Oh, the Haas ahead. Sabo nearly ran wrong.
Got big damage on that wing though, as he's really struggling. As you can see there, Natty run really wide.
Oh, Metboy in the back running really wide as well.
Shanks now is on the back straight, so he will be coming up to 2 more corners, and then that will be him coming across the line.
Indeed, as everyone's still fighting.
Shankster is coming up to the final corner now, as it looks like he's going to win the Chinese Grand Prix, so he's going to win the second round. It will be his second win for Racing Point, his second win in a row. So great driving there from Shankster. This looks like he will take second.
Yeah, meanwhile, down the field, you still have Topster, Triple O, all still really close together. Topster looks to get 4th place at the end of it.
As here comes the Saint, then coming around the final corner in the Toro Rosso, will take second after a disappointing race in Australia, coming back low for P2 in China.
Down the back straight for the final time for the Aston Martin Red Bull. Does he have anything for the Haas driver? This would be an amazing improvement for the Haas guys after no points scored at Australia. Will Topster make the move? Thinks about it. Definitely makes an attempt. It's the side pod, but keeps it together.
As Ace comes around the final point to take
Meanwhile,
P3, but will he
Techers.
keep it?
Techers down the inside of Met one last time. Does Met have any response for it?
They all
No, he
keep
does
their
not.
position to be 6. What about Natty? Oh, Natty's round! Natty has gone round on the
On the
final
last corner.
He's going to lose a lot of time. Oh, that was almost collision there with the Merc, and he's dropped it. He's actually gained a position by penalties from Metboy, so Metboy drops to 10th there. But Natty was very lucky not to lose his wheel on the final line against that Mercedes.
Alex and Hugo across the line, really close together.
And Alex takes P12, Hugo is in 10th, and the only person who we're waiting on right now, I believe, was Tornado and Deadon. But when Deadon crosses the line, Tornado has crossed the line as well, and there we have it.
We'll wait until the positions kind of shuffle around, because there definitely were some penalties being distributed there at the end. So we'll have to wait and see for the final results. But what an unbelievable performance from this man right here, Shankster. Pretty much dominated the race from start to finish.
Yeah, he's proving himself that he deserves to be in that car, and showing that the Racing Point team that their car is a championship winning car as well. Takes pole, wins in China, wins in Australia, starting near the back of the grid. This guy's got a lot of talent behind the wheels, so we'll have to wait and see what he can do next week.
And still a very good improvement from the Toro Rosso team as well. Able to finally get decent podium position, another decent podium position, excuse me. So these are the results at the end. Shankster, Toussaint, and X-Acer podium. Sabo is able to keep 4th ahead of Tobster. 000 6th, Tecker 7th, Black Country 8th, Zaza 9th, Xnatty G 10th there after all the penalties are distributed. So very unfortunate for a lot of drivers. And Metboy, no consolidation there as he gets the most penalties, putting him down to 11th, outside the points.
You're alright there. It was unfortunate for Ryan to DNF. It looked like it was going to be a very scary impact, as his wheel did go underneath his car, but he was very lucky not to flip. It was very unfortunate for him, as he could have been up there today.
Well, who do you think's the driver of the day today?
I would say Shankster, but I've got to give it to the Alfa Romeo driver Ace. 24 laps on those hard tyres after he made that one-stop strategy. He's pulled that out of the bag. Great driving from him, great tyre wear management, and good result to get 3rd place after a disappointing start.
Well, since you went that way, I guess it's only appropriate that I go the other way. I'll give it to Shankster after an amazing drive there. Pretty much kept the car clean, didn't have any problems there, and sometimes that's all it takes. Just having no issues.
Well, yeah, I've still got to give Shankster the credit though. He did an amazing job building that gap from the start, basically, on the Mercedes driver who was on the soft tyres. So it was very surprising that he found those grip on those tyres. It's been a very good race today, and only one DNF this time instead of a few more DNFs, which was in Australia because of turn 12.
True, but I think there were also maybe a few more penalties distributed this time around, or at least just kind of general track limit shenanigans.
Yeah, you are right there. There was a lot more penalties. So yeah, it's been a very good race. I enjoyed it. Best race I've seen so far from Australia. More to come though.
Right, there is more to come. Next time will be in Spain, right?
Yep, we will be in Spain, I believe.
But for now, I think I will be diving out of F1 to go commentate other things, so I think you'll be on the solo run for some time.
Well, you showed me the ropes, and we've done very well as co-commentators for the first 2 rounds, and hopefully I can do well as you did the rounds to come.
Right, well, thank you all very much for watching another exciting premiere of these guys in the Premiere Series. It's been very fun commentating for now, but I'll leave it to my co-commentator here. But like I said, we will be back next week at Spain.
Yeah.
So, once again, this is Gavra Racing. We're always open for people looking to prove their talent, as well as people interested in commentating as well. So if you're interested in that, Gavra Racing is the tag, and you'll know where to find us there. So I have been Cypher Knight 77,
and I have been IRL Neon,
and we look to see you one more time for another round of Gavra Racing next week. See you all then.
Goodbye.